What is going on, YouTube viewers and subscribers? This is Jay Silver from SNN Tech, and today I want to talk about a topic I've been avoiding for the longest, and everybody's been posting videos on: the Xbox One versus the PS4. Now, everybody's subject to their opinion. You are free to think what you want to think. But what kills me about people who make these huge, massive debates between consoles that's not even in the consumer's hands of yet is that right about now, Xbox One is receiving a lot of bashing, right? Now, I'm not here to sit here and defend Microsoft and the Xbox One honor, right? Even though I primarily use a 360, I'm not the type of person like, oh, I'm a 360, guy. I want the Xbox One to, beat over the PS4. That's clearly not what it's about, because, going based off that, I was a PlayStation 2 fan, and, me being a PS2 fan, I should have converted over to the PS3 automatically. No, that's not what it's about. This is my little rant to say that people kill me how they bash the living hell out of the One without even getting the product in their hand. Now, keep in mind, I call this period in time right now the info wars between the console, right? Right now, Sony and Microsoft is battling it out, giving us information of what they're gonna do, what are the features, they're revealing it and showing it to us. Cool, that's fine and dandy. That's what we want to hear. We want to see that kind of stuff, right? Keep in mind, there's not a lot of detail on specific things that I personally want to know about both systems that is not currently being revealed, and we will never know until we actually get these consoles in our hand and start experimenting for ourselves. Now, say for example, let's take the Xbox. Now, I can understand the bashing in the post DRM, change, right? I agree with everybody, especially Sony fanboys, and this is the reason why Sony had pre-order sales were like heavily surpassing Microsoft, is because Microsoft was going on claiming you can't use, have used games. The game is going to be installed to the console and permanently locked to that. So you start to think like, hey, why the hell would Microsoft make such a foolish decision? Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna buy a game, let's say let's say Call of Duty Ghosts, right? And Call of Duty Ghosts hypothetically turns out to be trash. I'm gonna want to sell that game, not to GameStop, screw those guys. I'm gonna want to sell that game to maybe a friend, or maybe sell it on Craigslist or whatever I want to do with it, right? At least I can get some of my money back. Maybe I can sell it for 40 bucks. I paid 60, maybe I'll take a $20 hit, like rent it or whatever. That's fine. But when Microsoft tells you, oh, none of that stuff will be allowed, I was the same way. I'm like, screw that. I'm going PS4. That makes no sense. Why would Microsoft, put these policies in place to protect piracy? I mean, I understand that companies always fighting piracy, but it's not that serious, Microsoft. If you really think about it, people are hacking the living hell out of 360s, and they still make their money from Xbox Live, subscriptions, DLC, downloaders, and everything that they charge online. So I don't think it was really that serious. I thought it was just the company being greedy. Now, I'd agree with most other YouTubers. Microsoft didn't really change their policies because they care about us. No. They're a corporation. They can give a damn about what you and I think or how it's hurting our pockets. They care about their sales. Now, who they really listen to? They listen to Amazon and they listen to GameStop. Those are the people to listen to, and they looked at their numbers and said, oh my god, we're getting devastated in pre-order sales by Sony. Like, nobody is really pre-ordering Xbox Ones. Then I guess they decided to look at the cries to the consumers saying, we don't like these policies, can you change them? And voila, we have changes to the Xbox One. Alright, now I hate the fact that people go on about specs. As you can clearly see, specs does not matter. It's all about the software and how it's implemented. Just look at the company Apple, right? Apple sells products like the iPhone and the MacBook and the iMac products, right? They're not the most heavenly spec products on the market, but yet they cost, their price range is way expensive than a high-end PC or a desktop. It's because their software is so solid. It's stable, it's very great for editing, and it tends to the user, and people like things like that. That's how I felt about the Xbox 360 and its online community. The user interface was nice and friendly. It made things much simpler, like party chatting and seeing a person invite and joining session in progress, while you didn't have those features available on the PS3. The PS3 was much graphically more powerful, but then I didn't totally agree with how they had their setup, so I was primarily a 360 fan because of the online community. Now that I'm looking at the PS4, Sony has kind of looked at that, and they tend to developers complaining that it was so hard to develop for games. Everything is like a x86 architecture base, so they're pleasing the developers, and then from my point of view, they're looking like they're making the user interface much more friendly, and look like they're catering to online with cross game chat and all that stuff like that. Now, I'll admit, I pre-ordered my PS4 over my Xbox One due to the earlier DRM policies. But I'm a person that I personally use the party chat feature a lot, and I'm hoping the PS4 has the party chat. I've been reading and hearing from fanboys, oh it will, but I don't see any demonstration, or this feature has not been demoed to me. So if it doesn't have it, or if it's not implemented in a similar fashion the way Xbox does it, that's going to be a huge deal breaker for me. Other than that, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue, oh, the Xbox is better than the PS4. The PS4 is better because, oh, it got faster RAM and a better GPU. Like I said, that clearly does not matter. You know, it's all about who's gonna get the better games. I'm not gonna say exclusives because right now, obviously, Microsoft and Sony are battling out. They want to snatch up as many exclusives that they can to throw in their favor, right? But I want exclusive good games. I want to see new franchises. I want to see who's gonna win that throughout the years. Second reason why I kind of went with the PS4 over the Xbox, a lot of my friends are going PS4, so I tend to want to stick to my friends. You know, playing online games is fun with people you know. I mean, you can always play with strangers, but that's not as fun to me for the most part. I hear these debates over controllers. Oh, the PlayStation 4 controllers is worlds apart between the Xbox One. How the hell would you know that? That makes no goddamn sense, and that what pisses me the hell off. It's not even in your hand, so how do you gonna say, oh, it looks better and it's gonna be much better? You're just talking out your ass, and you're just being a fanboy. Like, you know, talk like that, it just kind of irks me. At least reserve judgment until you try them out. Like, you know, thoroughly test them out, you know, get the PS4, get the Xbox One, and try them out, you know, and then that way, when people start throwing out their opinions, I can respect it more because now they have, you know, they have facts to back stuff up, you know, you get what I mean? Like, you have some type of basis for, you know, the fanboyism that you're going to be tossing left and right. Now, I don't understand why fanboys don't argue things that, like, questions that are more sensible between the two systems, right? Now, both the Xbox One and the PS4 both have built-in capture cards, but I didn't read any articles or didn't get any information on the quality of what these capture cards are going to be capturing devices from, right? I have a high-quality Elgato Game Capture HD, only rivaled by the Hauppauge PVR2, right? Will the capture cards come built into these systems be, you know, BS capture cards, like around the 30 or 40 price range, which should give SD quality, or will they be comparable to these external capture cards that we own today? And I also want to know how the quality is going to work with the streaming. They didn't really break any of that stuff down. Like, I found that stuff very important. It's just kind of like, okay, we have it, and people go crazy over it, right? I want to know things about the PlayStation Remote Play, like how exactly is that going to be implemented? Yeah, we see that Sony has it and then it's allowed, but how exactly is it going to be implemented into the user interface and stuff like that? And also, I would love to see Microsoft's voice recognition in real time. You know, not just at the reveal, because I have a feeling the reveal is not going to be as accurate as the voice recognition when we get it in our hands as consumer. Say, for example, when they revealed all the cool voice features for the Xbox One, like Xbox On, Xbox Off, you know, answer Twitch, etc., right? Will voice recognition technology be on par? Like, let's say on Google Now's level. Google Now is the most accurate voice recognition software I've ever used. Prior to that, it was not really usable in my opinion. Now, will the Xbox One be up to par where it's on Google Now's level? Like, these are the type of questions that I'm more interested in, and I want to know ultimately whose software is going to be better. Like, that's going to determine I'm gonna lean towards more. But for now, like, I'm not gonna sit here and come up with these stupid Xbox One bashing jokes. I'm not gonna come up with these stupid PS4 bashing jokes. I'm gonna reserve judgment, and I would love to see the community do the same, but you know how people are. They're gonna pick sides. They're gonna be a fanboys. Oh, PS4 is better, Xbox is better. I don't understand you guys. Maybe the people who attended E3 can kind of say those things because they had the opportunity to test out both systems, and based off the little bit of info they got from there, maybe, you get what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't really sit down and like thoroughly examine it, but they got a feel for the controller. They got a feel for the software. They got a feel for how things is probably gonna go on for the next generation. But people like us who's looking for the outside in, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I just want to argue with each other for no particular reason. Don't get it twisted. Microsoft and Sony, really, they're corporations. That's how I look at these two, you know, gigantic companies. They're all about making money. I mean, yeah, they want to please their customers up to an extent, but they're not really sitting there catering to you in a way that you may think for you to argue for them. So that's my little rant on the Xbox One and PS4. Tell me what you guys think about it, and write a comment in the comment section below. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Jay Silva from SNN Tech, and I'm out, y'all. Later.